of the bullshit. That's why I'm constantly making moves. I told them, motherfuckers, wake up. They kept hitting snooze. I'm on the ground like I really got something to prove. Nigga really ain't got nothing to lose. A motherfucker can't walk a mile in my shoes. And I'ma let your motherfucker better pay their dues. And I'm on it. In the studio to 5 in the morning. I told niggas this what I do for a living, so please stop living in the moment. Tell a nigga just feed me beats and let me eat, cause bitch I'm hungry. One thing I never do is hesitate to jump up on it. One thing I never do is hesitate to go and get it. On the mission, told myself that it's survival of the fittest. And fuck all of that talking, boy, it's time for you to witness. And you better not stick your hand out when I'm finally making millions, cause we going through the same old shit, a different day. See me at the top, hope you don't feel some type of way. Them verses ain't free, no more, them niggas gotta pay. Been asking for a future, fucking up, man, it's too late. It's too late, it's the same old shit, different day. See me at the top, hope you don't feel some type of way. Them verses ain't free, no more, them niggas gotta pay.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Words with Pooday and Plaga. Sometimes Gotti.
Yo, Gotti, what up? We see you. Where you at?
Where you at, fool?
Where you at, fool?
What's
you
going
watching?
on?
Call in.
Yo, shout out to all the Boricuas this weekend, Puerto Rican Day Parade and all that. That was popping, that was dope and shit. What's going on with that game, yo? And Toomey, KD got hurt.
Yeah, I heard he got hurt again, man. I'm looking at the thing. It's not looking good. My guy had to go back to the locker room, but the Warriors is up though. That's all I know. And I heard Vince was at the game, so I got a little bit more respect for the organization, because if Vince wasn't a part of it, whatever happens this year, if he's not a part of it, I don't give a flying fizz-naive.
If he's not part of the celebration?
Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing about the raptures.
The raptures?
The raptures.
You dig? The raptures.
The raptures.
You know what I'm saying? The raptures is coming tonight. Yo, the raptures. You know what I'm saying? The blood clot raptures.
Word.
You know what I mean?
What's going on, people, though? We got a guest in the house tonight. We got a special guest in the house tonight. Yes, my people's A London Naturals. She has her own business. She's a black entrepreneur.
Let her speak up. Let her speak up. We're gonna get her. We're gonna get her.
Yeah.
We're gonna get her. Talk to the people. Talk to the people.
Talk to the people.
Hi. Hi, people.
Hi, people.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So let the people know about your business. Let you know what you got going on.
All right. The name of my company is called A London Naturals. I started it named after my daughter, and I started it maybe a year or two ago now. I started on Etsy. That's the first place I started marketing my products. So I started it because my daughter was starting school, pre-K, and she has curly hair, texture, curly hair products are expensive. Trying different ones is kind of laborious, so I really wanted to just create something for her that I knew was natural, that I know would work for her hair texture, but also for her body as well. Because getting 2 people ready in the morning, myself, getting her out on time, I really wanted to just create something that was a time saver, but that was good for her also. And I would keep her hair soft, smelling good, but also be safe for her body and her face as well. So it was kind of like a multi-use product. So I always made my own products, but I started playing around with different recipes for body butters, and then I came up with one that really worked for her, a body and a hair butter. So I liked it. It smelled great. She loved it. Her teachers loved it. So then I said, you know what? Let's go for it.
Why not?
So I just turned it into, it's what I already did anyway, because I already made products for my face, scrubs, and all kind of different things like that. I always did it growing up. My mom kind of introduced me to it as a teenager, and so I kept with it. So I just turned that into, like, one weekend over the holiday break. I just started making, like, everything. I made scrubs and gels and hair cream, body cream.
You just went crazy.
Yeah,
You just went in overdrive.
I really did. Yeah. Did the home photo shoot and, created a link on Etsy shop, and then, from
That's
there.
What's up.
Okay, so tell us about the product. What kind of products what kind of ingredients do you use? You said all natural, but talk about the ingredients you use and different types.
I make pretty much everything. I make my products to order. They have no preservatives, no chemicals in them. So I make the base carrier oils are usually like jojoba oil, almond oil, cocoa butter, coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil, lots of essential oils. It depends on the product and the consistency that you want, and also your skincare needs. Like if you have really dry skin, I might put a little bit more shea butter in it, almond butter. It just depends on what the product is. But I have things for men, women, children, and for the home. Laundry soap.
Yeah, soap too.
Yeah, laundry soap, hand sanitizing wipes is better for you than Clorox because, of course, there's chemicals in that. Products for the skin, scrubs that can be used as masks, face washes, toners, and men can use it too. I have beard oils. Then you can use that for your locks as well. You know, your scalp. Get the waves right. Everything is a multi-use product.
Copy. So so you have products for damaging hair?
Yeah.
To help them grow?
Nothing. I'm working on something for hair growth, but everything I have is conditioning. I don't promise miracles and grow your edges back. I don't promise that.
You're not saying get her product and get your edges back.
I'm not promising that, but you may find that while it conditions your hair and your scalp, you might find that as an added benefit. But I am working on a formula for beard grow and for hair growth because I get a lot of guys who ask me, you know, you have a beard conditioning beard oil, but will it grow my beard?
Copy.
Like, I'm not gonna promise that, but you might find, so I'm working on a formula for that.
That's
Copy. So like you said, made to order. And where can they check you out at?
So right now I have on Instagram, you can look at my products and new product announcements. It's A London Naturals on Instagram, and on Etsy, that's ETSY. It's the same shop name.
Okay.
So if you go search on Etsy, you can find my shop the same.
All right, give them your Instagram one more time.
A London Naturals.
Copy.
One word, lowercase. That's ALONDON NATURALS.
Got it, people. You got it. You got it. Check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, make sure y'all go check her out.
I like it, but buy it also. Because you know people look, oh, this is not, no, I want you to buy it. Too. It's great.
Definitely. Made to order.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, you was telling me off air, like every bottle is different. It's special. Every bottle is special because it's made to order. So not to say every product is the same. Which I like that.
You know, I like to say my products are made with love because I make every one individual. So again, like you said, I don't have products in bulk. So it's made to order. You order it, pay for it, and I make it, you know, within the next 3 to 5 business days and send it out. So the recipes are the same, the ingredients tend to be the same, but because they're natural, they react to environmental variables. So, you know, the humidity in the house may affect how it mixes down, how long I will refrigerate it to set the ingredients, how long I whip it, those kind of things. And, you know, if you request something different and I change one of the ingredients, you're not going to get the same exact consistency as maybe the product you purchased before, but that's at your request. So again, the recipes are the same, but you may see a little bit of a variable between, because that's what happens with natural ingredients.
Copy. Gotcha.
That's really love and care, though.
Yeah, it takes a lot of, you know, it's a lot of work. I have one. Can I show it?
Yeah, show it. Show it to the camera.
Okay, right here. So this is a hair and body butter. This is somewhat what it looks like. I usually package it with, you know, gold flakes and little flowers and whatnot. But this is for a male client of mine. So this is a 10 ounce, and this fragrance is Almond Joy. You want to smell it?
Yes, I'm gonna smell it.
Don't put your
Nah, it smells good. It smells good. It smells real good.
Smells real good.
Thank you.
And that's for the hair and the body,
hair
right?
and the body. You can use it on your beard, locks, any texture hair. And for ladies, it doesn't weigh your hair down. So if you want to put it in weaves and wigs and all of that, you can.
1045.
Because that's a big deal. You know, you don't want to weigh down your curl if you have a wavy texture. Like, I put my products in my hair. And, you know, I want to keep the light bouncy. I want it to blow, you know.
So it doesn't weigh down.
It doesn't weigh down.
It doesn't get clogged up.
No.
Okay, that's what's
off your forehead.
I'm definitely going to get me a bottle and try it out.
It ain't dripping with the sun because, you know, summertime.
It's not soul glow.
Dripping off soul glow and off your forehead and all that.
It's not going to be stuck to your back and leave marks on the couch. It's not going to do that.
Yeah. Go check her out,
Thank
though,
you.
man. We appreciate you.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Appreciate you coming through, showing our love.
Yeah.
She's actually our first woman that we had on the show, black entrepreneur.
Can I get a horn?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact, man.
That's cool. Thank you. Appreciate
I
it.
gotta check her out. Go check her Instagram out. She gave the information.
And
She's hanging out for a while. Too.
For
For the
hang
bio,
out with
it's in the
us, too.
bio, the direct link to the Etsy shop, because I know a lot of people don't want to search for it.
Search
so,
for it, yeah.
Yeah, you know, niggas is lazy.
Yeah.
So that's how, so
I appreciate the lazy coins, so thank you.
Yeah.
That's a
All
fact.
money is good money.
Amen.
Yeah, man. All money is good money. Yeah, no. It's not easy having your own business.
Oh God, we could talk about the trials and tribulations
You
of
know,
being
doing
an
it on your own,
entrepreneur.
actually stepping out and doing it on
So
your own.
what advice would you give any young black females out there that is having aspirations of doing something that they believe in and going for it? What type of advice would you give them?
Do it. I would advise if it's something you're passionate about and you believe in it, do your homework, do your research. You know, believe in your product, believe in your ability, anticipate. You know, the difficulties, but don't let that be the focus. You know, just make sure that you're knowledgeable about what you're doing, and you're going to meet people along the way that can help you, but you know, you have to help yourself. And I would, if it's something you want to do, there's no reason to hesitate, except, you know, if you're not prepared. So preparation, research, and hustle. You know, if it's not something you have time to do, because that's a factor. You know what I mean?
Time is a factor.
It's a big factor.
It's a big factor because we still have to pay bills and
Right,
things of
day
that
jobs.
nature. Day jobs.
You know,
You still
I'm a
have to
single
have
mom.
it.
I'm a working mom. So
Yeah.
the hustle for me that has been an obstacle because this takes time, and you know, I'm relatively new to this too. So, you know, I say I'm outgoing and I'm, you know, independent and all of that, but there's a level of hustle that I didn't really anticipate needing to promote my own business. It started off small, and then I realized I had something really good. But, you know, it's the know-how. It's the ability to take it from your friends and family buying it to getting it to a market and having a returning client base. So it's difficult, but don't give up on that, because if it's what you want and you have something of value to share with the world, go for it.
Yeah.
Copy. That sounds real good. Yeah. Dedication, preparation.
Research, yeah.
Research, dedication,
And patience. You know, be patient with yourself too. I had to learn that because, you know,
Don't doubt yourself.
I don't know if it's a Sag thing, but I don't like the learning curve. I just want to be an expert at it. I want to start from go and then I'm out.
You're out.
I don't want to, you know, hit the bumps in the road and have to learn a lesson. So you have to be patient with yourself and know that it's not going to take off the way you want. You know, you are going to have to revise and revamp at certain times and take some disappointments, take some lumps, but ultimately see it through.
Definitely. Good advice. Good advice,
Yeah,
young ones.
that's
Did y'all hear
good
that?
advice,
Good
good
advice
advice.
from another young black woman doing her thing.
I'm not
A
that
single
young,
woman
but-
doing her thing.
Not that young.
And,
Single black mother
that's
doing
good.
her thing.
That's-
You ain't have
that's
to tell
real
everybody
good.
I was single.
And
I said single, I guess that counts.
I guess I
You
don't know.
just said it. It
Yeah.
wasn't me.
That's
You know?
fine. I mean, if you know somebody, I'm
Rewind
not
the
looking.
tape.
I'm not looking. I'm good. I'm kidding. We'll talk about that later.
But one time for the guests. One time for the
Thank
guests. That was real
you.
beautiful. That was good.
Thank you for having me. I
Check it
appreciate
out.
it.
Check it out. Check it
That's
out.
Wait, is this my
Check it out.
iPad? Hold
Check
on.
it out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she's sticking around. She's sticking around. She's sticking around for the real talk.
Real talk,
Today.
because we got to get into some real talk, you know, how we do. And
was
this week,
nervous.
yeah.
You take a
Now you
swig.
got-
I was
take a little-
nervous.
Take a little shot.
I think I
Hands
stuttered
off.
like twice.
Nah, you did good. You did good. You did good. Appreciate you. But this week we was having a little conversations from, you know, our fans online and talking about a lot of different things with relationships. That's been the subject for the past couple of months, relationships, because a lot of things are going on with relationships, even with the the domestic violence, the kids being killed by the
Yeah.
baby fathers, and relationships are very important. So it's very important, especially in our community where we come from. You know, it's like, you know, women and black men it's just like this.
Just don't get along.
Yeah, it's just like
There's
it's
a
trauma.
disconnect. There's a
Right? It's like a
disconnect.
disconnect,
Yeah.
right? You would say it's a disconnect because you see you got a lot of women online bashing.
Watch it.
You know, bashing men.
Watch it.
Yeah.
It's getting spicy already.
They online bashing the men. You know,
Are
Father's
we?
Day is actually next week.
Are we?
Right, this week. Matter of fact, not next
and
week.
this is when there be dads come and get their kids and buy them matching sneakers and pose.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Yeah, we know that.
You know what?
Oh yeah, so you
Even-
saying there'd be a lot of fronting going on?
Oh
about
yeah,
this?
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You know that.
On that
So I'm
note,
just like, hey, I
when
mean, what
Father's
about
You know
Day
that.
coming, when Father's Day coming,
what about Mother's Day? There don't be a lot of fronting on Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's what I was
Absolutely
gonna
not.
say.
How can you front on Mother's Day? You're a mother every day.
But
We barely get. I mean, we get rewarded
good
for.
moms.
Okay, good moms. I would argue you're correct there. I would agree. Good moms
Okay.
are good moms every day, and I think we should be acknowledged every day. Of course,
That's
we're
a
not.
fact. I think y'all are though.
You
by
think?
the ones, but I mean by your children for the most part.
Them ungrateful little shits. No.
but we're not good. But my question on that would be to you as a female.
That's true too though.
When
They
do you-
they
when
ungrateful
are-
like
Because
like
you just
they
expect
ungrateful
your
all
you
time
expect your mom to do certain things, you know, especially within our culture. I think the mom is just, you know, the center of the household, and those are just her roles. That's just what's normal, right? So when when we see a good dad who's present, who's involved, who's not just a fixture, but he's a part of the life of his children and the goings on of the household, whether he's you know, it's a 2-parent home or not. That's almost something to be rewarded. Like, we don't see that. So let's give him his just due now. But with moms, it's like, yeah, that's your job. You're supposed to do that.
True. But I feel like as a father, you're supposed to do that too.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? I feel you're supposed to be a dad every day.
But how many
You know what I'm
dads do you
saying?
hear
But-
that say, I take care of my kids? Nigga, you supposed to. You want a cookie?
That's a fact, though.
Yeah,
That's a
nah,
fact.
I
You
get
don't
it. I get it.
You don't want
He said, nah. My man said, nah.
I don't want
He
a
said,
damn
nah,
cookie.
no cookies.
He said BBQ. Now you talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But on that note, when do those dads that fit that criteria actually get acknowledgement? Because it seems like the fathers that actually do
Are
take care of
involved.
their kids,
Yeah.
are involved, don't get the same acknowledgement as the women.
Never.
And not to
Never.
say that they're looking for it, because I
But
know
they
some
do.
good fathers, but we would like to, because I am a father and I'm a good
Yeah,
father.
hold on.
But
Let me
we
bust it. Let
would
me
like
tell
to
a
every
secret.
now and then, not to
Let me-
say that for me, but
Yo,
But for the good
It's
dad.
not
for
even-
the good dads.
it's not even a secret. Guys want to be acknowledged.
They want to
for
be
it,
shown
too.
that love
Guys,
too.
remember, I
you know?
always
So
tell
y'all want
females
flowers
this.
on Valentine's
No.
Day too?
See, that's the problem.
No, I don't
No.
want
Females,
flowers on
no. See,
Valentine's Day.
now that's the thing. Now you see, females. I want my guy to be emotional. I want him to connect with me like that. Right? No.
Shit,
Right?
hold
No.
on. Let me get it right.
Guys show their emotion in different ways.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, we all human.
Right.
So don't you want acknowledgement for things that you do? Yes, you do. No matter
Yeah.
what, you do. So why wouldn't you think just on a human level?
Well,
Take
I'm-
the sex out of it. Just
I'm
a
not
human
saying-
base level.
I'm not saying that you
People
don't
want
deserve
acknowledgement
it.
for what they do, and what we're saying is that the acknowledgement for guys
It's not the same.
Is
It's
It's not the
scarce.
same. It's
I
scarce.
think that's a common complaint for men, that, you know, dads just get the grill or the tie or the, you know, the little corny things just on Father's Day. But it's a bigger display for women on
Women
Mother's
on
Day.
Mother's Day.
But think about the things that women have to go through.
There's not
We
even no
go through-
lines on Father's Day.
No lines?
No.
What you mean?
Like none of the stores, there's no lines.
It's not even like crowded. There's
no
no
line.
line. Cop something.
Mother's Day, all
Mother's
the
Day,
guys
you
is
can't
out.
But
cop
y'all waiting
shit.
last minute.
All the
That's why
guys
there's
is
lines
out.
on Mother's Day.
Guys are sweating. All the guys are sweating.
Getting them
Get
Mexican
nasty.
flowers on the corner at the
Hey,
cart, the
mothers.
shopping cart.
Yo, shout out to the Mexicans with the flowers.
No,
They come in-
fuck
they
them
come- they
dead
come
ass
in
flowers. Don't nobody want
They
no
came
damn
in handy throughout the
dandelions.
years.
Who wants a dandelion on Mother's Day? Fuck out of
who
here.
wants that?
That's why you didn't get shit for Father's Day.
That's fucked
Because you
up.
bought them Mexican flowers.
Nah, I never bought the dandelion.
Yeah,
Horrible.
yeah, the
It's
dandelions on
weeds.
that.
A bouquet of weeds.
I'm not even really a flower.
But listen,
guy.
when you have a baby for 9 months and you go through labor, then you tell me about the equity and the celebration, okay? Because your body, your life, everything, your hormones, everything is completely changed when you have a child. Everything. And it's not to say that dads don't go through mental, emotional changes, but physically, your life is the same. Everything about you is the same. The only and if you get a real good man, he may cut out liquor in solidarity while you're pregnant. Maybe he may stay home with you. He may even have sympathy pains and all that other stuff. But that's rare. So comparably, it's not the same what we go through as mothers. I mean, you're literally baking a baby. It's a human. Like, you don't even know what that's like, what that feels like. I can't
never say what that feels.
And then let's not talk about labor. Because I don't want to ruin the show, but, you know, I'm just saying, I went through 21 hours of labor and 3 epidurals with my daughter. 3. Do you know what an epidural is?
Yes.
Most women have an epidural within 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I had 3. It was like, yo.
It was missing the spot?
No, my daughter was like, it felt like the devil, trying to like crawl out slowly. And I was in active labor for 21 hours. I will never have another child. Never.
No?
Never.
Done.
No. One and done. Thank you. Alexa, that's my daughter, by the way. A London, that's Alexa London. That's my daughter.
That's it.
A London
Naturals.
Naturals.
What you named the company by. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, legacy.
Yeah, nah, I get it.
Watch out, Blue Ivy. You come
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, man. That was light but heavy. That was a little light but heavy. You know?
Want to mix it up?
I mean, nah, it was light but heavy. You know, yeah, because you know we get into the relationship things and the views.
All right, let's go.
You know what I'm saying? And the views, but we got to definitely get there. I don't really want to start that right this second. I want to play something before we get into that.
We got sound bites now.
Sound bites. We should.
But
definitely should.
Just to continue that, because what she was saying with the mother, they feel and this is the truth, because I didn't even say this, but I'm gonna say it now. Mothers feel like because the child comes from them and they're the mother, and you know, maybe I don't know what women actually consider to be an actual good father. Mm-hmm. Maybe in my household I do, but I can't say for everybody else because it's different things for different people.
Right.
But I would say this: I'm a father like all the time. Like it's not no half-ass. Like it's a difference.
You don't babysit your kids.
Yeah, I don't baby. Like you can't babysit your own children.
Oh my God.
Babysit your own
You
children.
can't
It's
babysit
impossible.
your child.
It's been said,
yeah,
sir.
like, but you know, I know there are fathers with that mentality. That's a different breed.
Right.
So I get it what you're saying, but I also know that I think women, not all women, but a lot of women confuse that part right there. You know, there's guys that are there part-time. You know, fathers that are there part-time. Like, if you don't live with your significant other first and foremost, that's automatically going to fall on the mother.
To do the grunt work.
Yeah, the grunt work, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and a
Even
lot
if
of times,
you do live with your significant other, it still falls on the woman more significantly than the man.
And on that note, I would say
this. Paige says spending time is very important.
Yeah, time.
Time is very important.
Time is very important. So if you don't live with your significant other, just say, you know, you work a job, 9 to 5 or whatever, and your significant, you know, whatever, y'all separated, whatever, you're not together, or even if you're together and he lives here, you live there, he works, you work. And, you know, y'all have to work out a schedule to deal with the child. Right? You know, you have to work out a schedule to deal with the child. But most of the time, when that situation is like that, the people are not really dealing with each other. So we're going to keep it a buck and say that they're not even together when that happens. Because if you have a child with someone, honestly, there's no way you're supposed to be living in separate places. That's just my opinion.
I mean, it can work.
It can work. It can
be
but
a
most
healthy...
of the time, it will never be healthy because somebody's always going to feel like they're doing more than the other. It's human nature.
But that's the part of co-parenting or defining your parenting situation.
That's where the problems come in.
I had to readjust how I thought of co-parenting once I had my daughter, because my ex-fiance and I, we were together for 18 years and engaged for, I don't know, maybe like 5 of those years, 4 or 5. And then we broke up shortly before I gave birth. So, you know, we knew it was coming, so the conversations were kind of like, how are we going to parent her? Should we split? If it doesn't work out, what are we going to do? And I had to adjust my ideas of co-parenting. And now I call it parallel parenting, because I had to accept that he's going to do things his way in his home, and I'm going to do things my way in my home. But what's important is that, one, we respect each other first and foremost, and that we agree that the decisions that are made for our child, we make with her best interest in mind. And it's not about, ego. It's not about a competition of who can do more or who is doing more. It's what's going to benefit her. Because when you try to make it a competition, or when you're trying to use a child as bait, which happens, sometimes you want to hurt the other person or be spiteful or something, or withhold time from the other person because they've moved on or whatever it is, that hurts the child. So, accepting the situation as it is and being mature, being grown up about figuring out what you need to do for that kid or those children. And, whether you're living together, you're living in another state, you're living down a block, as long as you both are at a point emotionally and mentally where you can put yourselves aside, because that's what parenting is. Once you accept that it's not about you, it's about that kid, you can make reasonable decisions. And it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, you have to work at it, and you both have to be willing to work at it. But that's what makes it for a healthy child, because they see healthy relationships.
That's a fact, because the child is all that matters.
That's a good, yeah. I don't disagree with that at all.
I don't think you could.
Yeah,
I should drop the mic on that one.
I can't disagree. Honestly, being real, that's realistic. That's a realistic
I'm gonna play
take.
a song.
But you know what? Before you play the song, I'm gonna just say this one thing, because after the song, we're gonna take some callers. So I'm gonna say this: what she said is for the responsible woman.
Yeah, the women, not the bullshit baby mamas.
Yeah, it's a lot of baby mothers that think they're doing what she just said,
right?
And it's not that, and that's that creates a lot of different things. Yeah. On that note, man, we're gonna take a little break, drop a little song for y'all, halftime. Call up, the number, man. I'm gonna give y'all the number, 347-495-4644. Call up, give your opinion, let us know what's going on.
You gotta watch who you come up with. Same niggas that give you hugs and pounds be the same ones that's hating. I do this for the non-believers. R.P. Ralpha, R.P. Luigi, R.P. Commence. Flatbush legend.
Beat tactics. It's the growth, nigga. I mean, look around. Not too many niggas left, man. Flatbush legend. Y'all must have slipped and bumped y'all head. Y'all thought I fell. Oh shit, y'all did wrong. Huh? One at a time, I kept the fofo in the long johns. For the right price, I get you touch, nigga. Don't stare wrong. Cause when they bring you niggas names up, I'm like, fuck y'all. R.I.P. the Trey bomb. For you, I keep my hoodie on. The clip long and it Brandon Ingram off. Warrior mentality, keep shooters like I'm Draymond. Tell them bitches hit the road check like I'm Ray Charles. Spinning through the hood, I see them haters through my radar. Cause we was known for Yankee Keys like I'm A-God. Fast money's not for everyone, so please don't quit your day job. Cause they forget about you when they're just though you behind bars. Lord forgive me for my sins, nights I had to sell hard. Cause when they came to bringing up the rock, I was like Chris Paul. I heard they talking sideways, family moaning with crime pays. Me and my bitch, we cruising, we on the highway. I did it my way, nigga. I did it my way. I did it my way, nigga. I did it my way. The hood ain't never love it, still on the block trying to get paid. Cause when you sending them shots, just send them my way. Last nigga slipping, they see them shots come from my way. Like Pops on Friday. I heard they talking sideways, family moaning with crime pays. Me and my bitch, we cruising, we on the highway. I did it my way, nigga. I did it my way. I did it my way, nigga. I did it my way. The hood ain't never love it, still on the block trying to get paid. Cause when you sending them shots, just send them my way. Last nigga slipping, they see them shots come from my way. Like Pops on Friday.
Yo. What's up, people?
We
Like
back.
I said,
You already know what it do, man.
Live. You know what it is.
Yeah, man. But this relationship thing out here in the hood, we got to get this shit here crazy. This shit here crazy, cause
Let me sip something.
like I said,
Let me go to the flask on this one.
And we talked about it too. Like, first of all, females, they're allowed to wear whatever they want, but
Whoa, we jumping right in, huh?
Yeah, we jumping right in. They're allowed to wear whatever they want, but I feel them, getting pretty for themselves. That's what they say. But some things is just so revealing that guys is automatically gonna be like, "What's up? How you doing?" Don't act like.
I'm leaving.
Don't act
Thanks
like
for
you.
having me.
Hold on.
I'll thank you guys. Hey, London Naturals, I'm out.
Don't act like you 20 something and you 30 something and you don't know the opposite sex by now, like how they gonna react to certain things. That's corny. That's corny.
Mean? Okay. Explain, sir.
Meaning that if you got on short shorts,
so what?
That with the cheek hanging out.
So what? It's my cheek.
It is your cheek, and the cheek might look nice.
And it does. If it's out, it better look nice.
All right. So then, if you have a nice cheek looking out,
that's my cheek. Don't touch it.
They don't have to touch. I think if they touch, that's disrespectful.
Absolutely.
But
no, that's
comment,
rapey. That's what that is.
But a comment
rapey?
is rapey.
Rapey.
But a comment is definitely coming your way.
It's coming your way.
All right.
For sure. You can expect that.
Sure.
So when the comment come your way and it's not disrespectful, why girls be like, "Oh, fuck out of here," like, "Yo, what you talking about?"
Because disrespect.
I don't do that, but
I
seen it.
Disrespect is subjective, though. What you might think is, first of all,
that's why other females, not to cut you, that's why other females turn their nose up when you got the ass cheek up, because you saying it's what?
That's why other females judge other women.
They might be like, the ass cheek out is not a good sight for them to see.
Maybe they're jealous because it's better than theirs. Who knows? Women hate other women. I mean, on that note, that's enough. Write that one down. We'll come back to that. Parking lots.
But no. We had something. I already had something on that.
Yeah, but I
want to address that because in order to deal with that, you got to think about what constitutes a compliment. Because a man will think, "Damn, I see you." Fuck does that mean? Oh, can I curse?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because
I get emotional.
Yes.
Like, that's not a compliment. It's like that. I see you. Oh, no. Negro, no. It's never been a compliment and it never will be. I don't know one rational, sane woman who is going to receive a compliment, a sincere one, and get an attitude or be disrespectful. You know damn well if you walk up to a woman and say, "I think you're beautiful," and keep it moving, she's not going to curse you out. Who's going to do that? Who's going to do that? You know her, then she's a fool. It's not going to happen. A sincere, keep it moving. Or even if you want to do more than give a compliment and keep it moving, there's a way to approach somebody with respect, period.
So how you get approached?
All kind of ways.
What's one of your latest?
All kind of ways.
The latest lines?
God. It's old men now that talk to me. And they just kind of grunt or like reach out and want to touch you. Like, what are you doing? I was waiting for the train, and this old man literally took out like a knot of his SSI money and started counting it in front of me. And then he reached out to like kind of pinch me. And he was just invading my personal space. And I'm like, what are you, sir? I'm gonna need you to move. Because I'm not gonna disrespect you because that's not in my character. But I need you to know that I don't appreciate that. I don't find flattery in that. If you want to approach me, do it. Respect me. If you hate women, then keep it moving.
Copy. Now, what you were saying about the women not having women friends?
Yeah, no, that's what I was about to get into.
Women hate women?
Yeah, she was like, the women hate women, but I already had in my mind to talk about that. Like, a lot of women I know, a lot of females I know don't really have women friends, or if they do have women friends, the relationships are like shaky. They're like, some of them are questionable. Like, sometimes they hit you with the, "Oh well, that's not really my friend like that," or "I don't fuck with her no more." That type of shit. It's just like regular, but that's like the story of like most women. Like the average woman right now doesn't have a women friend that they consider real friends, like friends.
I would have to disagree.
You disagree?
I think there's room to agree and disagree. I agree with the fact that relationships change. right? Dynamics change. Having a lifelong friend or a really long-term friend, that's difficult whether you're a male or a female. You know, it's rare that you have somebody that you know that you've been down with since you were 11, 12 years old, and now you're 35, 36. You know, that you don't have a lot of those, and you're not supposed to. I don't think you're supposed to. I think the circle's supposed to be tight, you know.
Friends. But I think it's easier for men to maintain those relationships because men, and what I want to get to on that is that men are more straightforward on how we feel about each other. Like women like hold shit in, like, you know, like if a, like, you know, you have that obnoxious homegirl that's always acting a fool.
The hoe.
You know, the whole.
You can't leave your man around.
Can't leave no nigga around. You know, you got the different descriptions.
Yeah, look, I got a question. Look, they said
but
why
they never call them out on their shit.
Why
they always
men,
hold on to the grudges.
Why men don't think women can have other men as friends?
Because
so basically,
y'all know who you are. You know what you're thinking. Men judge other men by their own standards. I think whenever you have apprehension, I mean, you could speak to that more than I could because you're a man, but my theory as a woman is I think that if you have a man that may be insecure, that you have male friends, or the question was why do men not think women can have male friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that stands. I think because men tend to know their ulterior motives. So, you know, if your girlfriend, if you want her, you know somebody else gonna want her. You know how you got her. You know, you think somebody might be scheming on her too.
Yeah, and I just feel I think with men, I think it's just more of like of an environment type of thing.
Yeah, I think
you feel me because I think
really.
that, you know, we know men as men. That's one thing, like how you said, we know how men are.
That's a fact.
You feel me? So it's like I don't mind if my significant other has male friends.
As long as they're gay.
Like as long as they're gay. Nah, that's the worst. They get naked in front of them and all that. You know what I mean?
We're not doing that.
Them niggas,
some of them be
fronting.
Some of them be fronting.
No, them niggas be fake gay. They be fake gay until that moment. Who knows? Bye. You know, girls accept that bullshit.
Oh.
Yeah. There's girls that
Tell you
accept that bullshit too.
So
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, but yeah, that's wicked.
I think, you know, women, conversely, we have the same issue with men having female friends.
Yeah.
What? You have a problem with that?
I don't have a problem with it per se, but I think there's levels to it. You know what I mean? If you have a female friend that just popped up out of nowhere, nah, I'm not with that. She gotta go. But if it's, and I say that kind of in jest, like loosely, because, you know, I'm not that horribly insecure. But if you have a friend that's established, you have nothing to hide, I think it's the level of openness with the dialogue. If you're acting like you have something to hide or protect with this relationship and you don't want to disclose that, then of course that creates room for suspicion and insecurity and doubt with your partner. But if it's like, you know, I'm going out with my homegirl, come too. She coming with her man or whatever, or not. If you clearly show that you have nothing to hide, then I don't think that leaves room for suspicion.
I think that sounds good, but I don't think a female is even trying to hear that type of shit.
But look,
because are you really trying to hear that shit?
Yo, Pooday.
Now at this level, yeah. Maybe before in my youth, in my immaturity, I might have had some issues with that. But insecurities, I believe, are largely expounded upon in a relationship where you create that situation for that person to feel insecure. If you're not giving me any reason to doubt you, then what do I have to doubt you for?
No, okay, I got a question for you. Why does there have to be any doubt anywhere?
Because that's human.
No, I'm just saying, so the doubt came before I even told you about me having female friends. Get what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? If I just come out the blue to you and I'm like, well, look, 3 of my homegirls, they just moved back in town or whatever the case may be. Whatever.
So we going to say what's up to them.
Okay, if that's the case.
So I can put eyes on these bitches. Because if you popping up with Destiny's Child, no, you're not hanging out with them no more. Them bitches got too close.
Oh, so it depends on how they look.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, shit.
You want to tell me your friends are Rihanna, Beyonce, and Kelly? Fuck out of here. No.
So basically our friends got to be dumb.
Yup, that's right. Yup, you damn right. Because if I pull up and my homeboy is Michael B. Jordan, Idris, and who else? Ain't too many fine guys out there. Okay, Thor. What's that white boy's name?
I don't know his name right
now.
Thor.
I know who you're talking about.
You gonna tell me you cool with that?
That's your crowd.
Okay, but you cool with that?
That's your crowd. That's your peoples. I'm not going off for looks. I'm going off for relationships.
Really?
That's what you should be going off of. That's what you said. If it ain't nothing to hide.
I smell bullshit.
And everything
or
was
is
on the
that the
table.
weed? Is that the weed or is that the bullshit?
You can't pull up with them niggas.
Nah, I'm going.
You not with that.
I'm
Nah.
going up what you saying.
I'm not with the shits.
You see how you
I
see
ain't
the
with the
double
shits
standard?
either.
But you know what?
That's not a double standard. It's the same thing.
I think.
If they fun and they funny, hold on, because you know men have a problem with another man making his woman laugh. If they fun and they funny, he got your girl Kiki and slapping thigh and she tearing up because he's so funny. You gonna be okay with that? Tell the truth.
You putting a lot into it.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on, no.
Different story.
No, it's not.
She didn't
No,
put
it's
more
not.
into the brown bag.
Because attractiveness aside, there's certain qualities that men know women like.
That's a fact.
Right?
I mean, all women like to laugh.
Absolutely. And that kind of wears down at you. You know, if a man can, he usually gets, the entry point is humor. And then it's flattery. You know, because that kind of lowers your guard a little bit. This is free game in case any, you know, y'all guys out there listening. That's what we like. We like a lot, but humor is important. So if you know your girlfriend or whatever has attractive male friends and they also embody the qualities she likes, are you going to be equally as cool with her hanging out with them as you would expect her to be with your homegirls, no matter what they look like? I'll wait.
Yeah, nah, because we ain't talking about hanging out on no regular basis. We ain't doing that.
But
That's
you know what's so
OD,
crazy though? There are guys.
You know what I'm saying? So
So it's a once in a while type thing that you
if
would with?
that.
There's guys though.
that,
There's guys
like,
though that don't want their
I'm not
woman.
even cool with it.
That don't want their woman hanging
not cool
out
with
with
it at
any
all?
guy.
I
Period.
mean, it depends.
Doesn't matter
like
who
you
they
said, out the blue. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is that about?
Right.
But in a group setting and and people's is chilling, like you said, people that you knew for years or whatever the case would be that you've been friends with. So, do you believe in cutting off all your friends when you get into a relationship?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I never have, and I don't respect women or men, in fact, that do, but more so women it happens with. I don't respect that because you lose a sense of yourself. You know, your people, that grounds you. And I don't think it is an intelligent decision to just center yourself completely with one person. Now, their life is your life. Their interests are your interests, and you have no people. And just for an emotional, like, security, because in a relationship, you can't always see something. So you need another set of eyes to look at the situation from an unbiased perspective because you love that person. You're looking at them like, or you really like them. And you're looking for the best in them. And sometimes we give people qualities that they don't deserve and they haven't earned and they don't even have. Because with women, often we love a man for his potential. You know, we see what you could be and we're going to love you in spite of that, in spite of who you are right now. But your friends, your sisters, your homegirls could look at that situation and be like, you know what, watch out for this. Or, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but keep this in mind or whatever. And then you just need a life of your own. Aside from all of that, you need your own life. Because when I've been happiest in relationships, it's when I have my own life. You know, you don't want to be with somebody every 5 seconds and have them up under your ass all the time.
That's what I was going to get to.
You
that.
have fun.
That's so
I
funny
have
you
fun.
said that. I was going to ask how much time is enough time, because we had a couple episodes ago when we brought up the and we can bring it back up real quick, not dwell on it, but the Aisha Curry thing, like what she said,
gosh.
and this is how we take it as guys, real guys. When a woman says something like that publicly, of her stature, just because who her husband is, right? It opens the door for people to assume that he's not giving her something. Something's missing, right? Because at the end of the day, no, I can understand where she's coming from, her perspective, having kids, like you said, it changes the body, things of that nature.
You had to look at my stomach when you said that.
I have to.
I feel attacked.
No, I didn't look at your stomach. Like, I understood that part, but I didn't understand this. Because of her status, she should know that guys definitely would holler at her, because guys will holler at anything moving. You underdig me? So I don't know what she's tripping off of. Niggas is looking at her like, yo, that is Steph Curry's wife. Leave her alone.
The problem.
Leave her alone.
That's the problem.
He earned his respect for you to leave his wife alone.
I hate everybody. So
Why would a woman still want more attention after that? If he's doing, I'm pretty sure she's financially stable. Yeah, everything is taken care of. What else?
They love each other.
They love each other. She's in the interview. No, but she's all in the interviews. She's all in the interviews, going crazy on every female reporter. He can't even have an interview without her jumping, like in the interview. What's that about? Like, I don't understand that.
I have unlimited knowledge of Steph and Aisha Curry, and just off of what I've been hearing about her comment is something related to her still wanting validation from men or wanting men to say she's attractive, something like that, right? That's normal, but I think the bigger issue is that men see women as an extension of a man. And every woman wants to be seen for who she is, not through like you just said, that's Steph's wife. He earned the respect to leave his wife alone. She's not property, and she wants to be treated and seen as a separate entity. She's a woman. She wants to feel like a beautiful woman, not a beautiful woman's wife.
So I have a question for you. If that's the case, then she doesn't have to be at his workplace.
Yeah. Leave his workplace alone.
She don't have to be in the stands.
She has her own identity.
She don't have to be on the cut because, like how you said,
what does one have to do with the other, though?
Because
that's what creates the friction.
Like you said, having your own
attention in his workplace.
So is she saying? Because maybe this relates to the quote. Is she saying that when I'm around him, nobody looks at me?
Now check this out.
Is that what she said?
This is what I didn't.
She didn't say that.
Okay.
Because we had spoke about this before with it, but off the air, and I was saying this. That means this. The circles that they're in are all the same, pretty much. Okay. I'm pretty sure that they hang around with the same type of people, basketball people.
But that's not going to stop a woman from throwing it at her husband.
But who do you think is going to talk to you in that circle?
I mean,
or try to even make you feel like they flirting with you in that circle.
And that's because of, like I said, men see a woman as an extension of that man. She's off limits because her husband is a celebrity. Her husband is well known. She's a married woman, and we respect her man. Not that we respect her. We respect the fact that she's attached to someone that has made a name for himself. So we recognize her value through him. He validates her. And all she was saying is, from what I took of the quote, I want to be seen for me. I just want to know it feels good to, be acknowledged for being a beautiful woman. And that's it. That doesn't mean her husband doesn't make her feel wonderful. But, every woman, we have egos too. It's nice to get a compliment from a man. Not that you wake up in the morning thinking about who's going to look at you when you walk out the house. But it is, apparently she needed an ego boost. And you don't get that when you're seen as someone's property.
But you know what's so crazy?
I had that perspective on it. That's a good perspective.
No, that's a good perspective. But check this out. No, I got more to say too, because this is what I'm about to say. This is real shit. You sign up for that with that lifestyle because first and foremost, she's not getting up going to work like an average chick. She's not going to no corner store. She's not walking to the supermarket. She's not just in the mall.
But she's not saying she's ungrateful for her life.
Yeah, she's not doing
that's taking it too far.
So where could that attention only could come from the circle that they hang.
Who knows where it's coming from? The fact is that it's not coming from anywhere. That's where she's
It's like when LeBron moms was lingering at the games, ended up with Delonte West.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, yeah.
I understand her saying that, she wants to feel beautiful and attractive outside of her husband.
What's the circle you're going to end up getting it from? No, I get it.
That's it.
I get it.
I don't think it was deeper than that.
I just think that she should have kept that to herself. She should.
Why? That's her truth. She could speak her truth.
It didn't need to be spoken.
She could speak her truth. I mean, I respect her for speaking the truth because she said a lot that how some females really be feeling.
Yeah.
And she actually had the guts to say it in her position. So I give her.
And it was a huge backlash.
It was huge.
Like,
it was huge.
If they made it seem like she's so ungrateful and insecure, like, come on.
Yeah, whether I liked it or not, I still give her props for speaking her truth because that's what it's about. You always want someone to speak their truth.
So we're talking relationship truths now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not really, but I respect that out of that. I'm not even dwelling on that because that's I already spoke about that. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to dwell on that. We was talking about like the relationship status in the hood and and what's going on out here.
And how hard it is to be in a relationship.
It's hard.
Yeah, no, it's not easy at all.
It's
hard.
even harder for a woman, I think.
Why you say that?
Why you say that?
Oh, well, how much time we got left?
Why you say that?
10 minutes?
I mean, go ahead. I have my own theories, but go ahead.
Give us a little bit of why you feel like that. Just tell us why. What you think?
It's harder for so many reasons because I think that, say what you want. I think it's easier to find a quality woman than it is to find a quality man that wants a relationship. Period. There's more women to men, more women to men, more women are relationship driven or relationship centered. Men tend to approach you with I don't really date like that. There's no real time commitment or investment. And then, men have, not a lot of men are emotionally intelligent. So it's harder to find somebody who's kind of aligned with what you want if that's what you do want. And then there's just the dumb shit that just happens. Saying stupid things. There's a stigma with being single. It's harder, I think, especially now where you have this idea that you're supposed to be young and men are supposed to be unattached and carefree for as long as they can possibly. I mean, that's not even a current. That's just an age-old theory. Men are not supposed to be tied down. Like, marriage is the last thing you do, and that's like death. Yo, you sure you want to do this? Like, nigga, she's right there in the wedding dress. Like, I'm going down the aisle now. You want to have this conversation now? It's like really the last straw. It's almost like a death of an existence. Your freedom is gone. So we have different ideas about what relationships actually mean. And I've had some stupid things said to me. I've gone on some, like, being single is challenging. Especially when you have, little patience. My patience is like,
It's thin.
the older I get, it's like, I'm not with the shits. I'm not
with the shits.
No, and again, with the stigma of being single. I had an experience years ago. This guy who recognized my aunts, recognized me, saw the house I was going into. He started talking to me. He was like, yeah, I remember you. You so-and-so's niece. Oh, yeah, but you grew up. Like, yeah, you look good now. What's up with you? You got a man. What you do? You single? And I was like, yeah. He was like, you ain't got no baby. You got a job. You got this. What's wrong with you? You sterile? I'm like,
whoa. He went straight there?
Nobody. He was like, you got all that. You look like that. And ain't nobody put a baby in you. What's wrong with you?
Whoa.
So it's like looking at a single woman who has things going on for her. It's like something's wrong with you. You're defective in some way. He really asked me about my whole uterus. Like, wow, really, bro?
He said he's sterile? What?
That was crazy.
You know what's so crazy, though?
Disgusting.
That was crazy.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's almost like normal behavior, though, where we from. Where we
Yeah.
from, that's kind of normal.
Stupid ideas about being single. Like, it's your fault.
Like, it's normal behavior.
I think when most, see, I don't know about when, like, dirty old men, like how y'all would say, come at y'all. I don't know what their intentions is when they say it, but young guys, they just be like, they can't believe it because they be like, nah, like, why? Something has to be wrong because.
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly.
There's no way possible.
Why
because,
is it that men will ask a woman, why are you single?
And
I just told you because they like, it's 100 to 1 and they like, yo.
Because
no way.
That implies,
but
it implies that being single, like, you're at fault.
It's not a curse. Nah, it's not at fault. We're not saying it's your fault. We just like.
But that's the implication with the question. When you say ask a woman, why are you single? It's reading what's wrong with you. That's the subtext. There must be something wrong with you. Like, they're waiting for you to admit that you're crazy or you're diseased or.
But most women would say that they choose to be single, right? Nowadays,
I don't know what most women would say.
I mean, but that's what the thing. Like,
I know what I would say. You asking about
watching,
me?
Online, not you in particular, online.
What would you say?
Facebook, Instagram. That's like the thing right now. No, that's like the trend. Let's keep it a buck. That's like the trend for women to preach the independence, and they don't need a man to take care of them.
I mean, we don't.
That things.
And men don't need women to take care of them.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
So
but we need each other to take care of each other and no actuality in life. You know what I'm saying?
See,
to survive.
It's a drama.
It'd be
It's like
good.
drama. You see?
Write that down.
But
That's
no,
part 2.
But no, actually,
It's drama.
it's self-preservation, so we don't need each other
Right.
overall.
But you
overall,
want-
and the basis of life.
But we're made to be partners.
That's what
we
I'm
were
saying.
made in a pair. So obviously,
That's what I'm.
you know,
That's what
that's
I'm
a
getting
human
at.
need. Companionship is a human
But
need.
it's like a lot of that
mean,
going on, especially in
It
music.
is. Why you think isolation is a punishment?
Yeah,
Right.
especially in music.
Yeah.
You feel me? If
Right.
companionship wasn't needed, why you
Right.
think isolation is a punishment?
Again.
When you go to jail, they throw you in the box. You isolated.
No greater example is Adam was created and then Eve was created to be a companion to him. We were made for each other, to complement one another. So human companionship and affection, those desires are normal. What's not normal is how we go about that. What's not normal is, you know, looking at it as though you're defective if you're not in a couple or a throuple or whatever floats your boat.
Yeah,
That's a fact. That's a fact.
true.
That's a fact. That's some people outlook on it, but like I said, I don't really think guys, like you said, the emotional intelligence of guys. That's why I'm saying when they say that,
Yeah,
they're not even thinking that deep.
Yeah.
They ain't
We're
even
gonna
going
get
that
back
crazy.
to this on another. We're gonna have to do
They ain't
a
even
part
getting that
2
crazy with that.
and get back to this on another episode, man, because we're running out of time now. But we appreciate you.
Thank you for
coming
having
up.
me.
Definitely appreciate
We could go another
you.
hour on this.
Yeah, it could
It
go
just got
on
hot.
all night. Yeah, it was just getting warmed
Yeah.
up. Like, oh, we talking. You know, once again, let them know where they can find you at. With your
A London
product.
Naturals, hair, skin, body, home products.
So in the product.
On Instagram, A London, ALONDON Naturals, NATURALS. You can find that on Instagram, spelled exactly how I just did. And there's a link in the bio to the Etsy shop where you can buy direct.
Yes.
Everything's made to order, made with love, and there's a quick turnaround, so 3 to 5 days, and you'll have whatever you
3 to
need.
5 days. You heard that, ladies and
Orders
gentlemen.
can be customized
It
based
smells
on your
good.
needs.
I like it. I'm
Thank you.
I'm definitely gonna
definitely get some
order,
product,
and
so y'all
I'm
go
gonna
check
keep y'all
the product
posted.
out.
You gotta give me a before and after.
You know.
Yeah.
I'll make you some beard oil.
Definitely check her out, man. That's what we all about, supporting
You can use
black
the beard
business.
oil as a lube too, by the way.
Yeah, so she got everything.
What?
Yeah.
What? Talk about it. Hurry up and talk about it.
It has grapeseed oil in it, so that's like a G-spot magnet. So it's really good for your skin and for your lady.
That's what's up.
You heard that? You heard that, guys?
It's good for everybody.
Did you hear that, guys?
Yeah, that's
Good.
Think you need to order?
I product test everything, so I vouch for it.
Okay, you heard it there first.
Thanks again for having me. I appreciate it.
Definitely. Thanks for coming up, man. Appreciate you for kicking it with us, staying with us tonight.
You already know.
Yeah, man.
Another episode of Words with Pooday and Plaga.
And sometimes Gotti. You already know, man. Thank
Holla.
y'all. Holla at us, man. Get
Thank
back
our
to
special
us.
guest. Peace.
Non-believers, nigga. Tough guys copping out the misdemeanors when the block got laid down. Shit, my kids is royalty. Screaming free on niggas when they book but don't pay lawyer fees. Half these niggas, man, they not what they portray to be. I don't rock with these niggas, most of them frenemies. We used to chase them like Red Bulls with Hennessy. The whole mob deep like Havoc and Prodigy. Full clip, take 5 like the lottery. They count them for the growth, drop them, giving niggas hope. These niggas do the most. If you banging with them niggas, I don't bang with, then you smoke. Ain't no love here, nigga, my heart cold. Rolling up that Wiz Khalifa pack with Amber Rose. I'm on the grind like Derek, nigga, I rose. Shout out to my Cody, nigga never told. Used to kick them bitches out the door like hit the road. Get out. We was on the block moving bundles of O's. The cops rush, man, we turn to John Doe's. Is it really real? Is it really, really real? The growth about to drop a nigga, what's the deal? Back against the wall, we had to move them krills. Self-made like nigga, fuck a deal. Family ties, my pops left, my mama held it down. Flatbush legend, man, I'm litty in my town. We out here chasing bags, we don't fuck around. Cause we ain't with the big, we throw the silence on the sound. Count your blessings, count your blessings, count your blessings, count your blessings. Flatbush legend, Flatbush legend, Flatbush legend. Flatbush legend. Count your blessings, count your blessings, count your blessings. Count your blessings, man. Flatbush legend, Flatbush legend, Flatbush legend.